Hello class, welcome again to our online discussion in this course Strategic Management in Tourism and Hospitality. So we are now in Module 7, the case for strategic management in hospitality and tourism organization. So once again, this is your instructor, Jason Cano. So despite its size and growing importance, the hospitality and tourism industry faces major challenges and problems worldwide. So the businesses in the hospitality and tourism industry operates in a dynamic and complex environment. So the macro dynamics or the micro trends such as changes in legislations, regional and global economic and political crisis, sociocultural trends, sophistication of customers, stiff competitions, terrorism, security, global warming, multiculturalism, globalization, mergers and acquisitions. We also have the labor shortage and advanced technological developments. So all pose important challenges to the management strategies of hospitality and tourism organizations. So according to Nike 2005, the product design, market segmentation, franchising, real estate investment trust, and new product concepts are some of the strategic driving forces that cause the industry to be very dynamic. So all of these trends and developments require the organizations in the hospitality and tourism industry to keep redefining their strategic management practices through a continuous process. So it is worth emphasizing that strategic management is not only important to hospitality and tourism organizations, but also to all organizations, regardless of their size and type. However, we should stress that the hospitality and tourism organizations operate in a unique external and internal context. So, which makes it especially important to understand and follow the contemporary strategic management practices and theories. So all the theories, all the knowledge must be practiced or applied. So for example, the hospitality and tourism industry has been experiencing dramatic changes in customer expectations and also the needs. So they are or they not only need to develop new products and services concepts as an ongoing basis, but they also need to control their cost and manage their human resources wisely. Okay? Not just the material things that they need to manage, but also the human resources, which are the employees. And also, according to Pine and Gilmore in 1998, services in the hospitality and tourism industry are undergoing a shift from service to experience. So, from service to experience. So, today, most hospitality and tourism organizations, such as Disney World, we also have Hilton, Marriott, and Starbucks, it refers to their respective services as experience. Okay, so the services that they provided is already called an experience. So this requires changing the mindset of many managers and employees in their strategic thinking and daily actions. So in order to achieve this shift or transitions, there is an essential need to know both the hospitality and tourism context and how this strategic change can be achieved in that particular context. So, to better prepare and respond to these trends and keep redefining the strategic management practices, the hospitality and tourism organizations need to have a clear knowledge about strategic management theories. Okay? And not just knowing the theories but also applying them in the relevant context. So this is because the strategic management deals with the major fundamental managerial issues that directly affect the future of hospitality and tourism organizations. So, regardless of their size and type and customer segment, all the hospitality and tourism organizations engage in key decisions in terms of their future intentions and also the resource allocations. So when an hospitality and tourism organizations successfully prepares for its future and respond to changes and developments in its external, not just the external, but also the internal environment proactively. So it can secure its survival and develop sustainable competitive advantages. So it is also essential to emphasize that even successful organizations face problems. So that is the reality. So we know a lot of organizations, business firms who are successful, all of them encounter or experience problems and challenges and may end up making irrational investment as well. So when they make such investment or managerial errors, they face some dramatic consequences. Okay? And perhaps even risk their own survival. Okay? So all the business firms encounters problems and challenges. Okay? For example, the Delta Airlines and once famous and successful Six Flags theme parks have both been facing serious problems in recent years due to bad investment and also the managerial decisions. So it is known that the ratio of business failure among small and medium sized hospitality and tourism organizations is very high. So the solutions for this is applying the strategic management principles and also the theories. It will certainly be helpful not only in overcoming failures in decision making and resource allocations, but also it turning the organization around and making it successful. So I will show you later about the table 2.2 that provides a number of important areas in which strategic management can help the hospitality and tourism organizations. So this is the table 2.2 about the areas where strategic management can help the hospitality and tourism organizations. First one, it provides a holistic view of the entire hospitality and tourism organizations. It also provides a sharper focus on what is strategically important. And it provides a link between the external environment and the internal environment. It also analyzes a complex and rapidly changing external environment. Analyze an organization's strategic resources, gives a clear sense of strategic vision and direction. It also defines organizational purposes, develops measurable goals and objectives, identify key resources and investing in core competencies, formulates decisions and making them happen or making them into a reality. Also have a managing change, coordinating organizational activities and allocating resources. Also understand the complexities of decision making and the structuring of an organization. Also, it understands the role and the importance of the organizational structure and cultural on the strategy process. Also, it reduces and managing uncertainty inside the organization. And lastly, it measures intended and unintended outcomes of the strategy process. So these are the areas where strategic management can help the hospitality and tourism organizations. So now let's proceed to applying strategic management in the hospitality and tourism context. So one emerging question is, how can we use and apply generic strategic management theories and models in specific hospitality and tourism industry context? So this is the question. There's a lot of managers in hospitality and tourism industry has a full knowledge about the tourist models and principles, but the question is, how can you apply this strategic management? So in this module, you will or we will examine how such theories and models can be applied in the particular context of hospitality and tourism. So most of the strategic management tools, models, techniques, and theories have traditionally been developed mainly for the manufacturing sector and less on the hospitality and tourism industry. So it is more on the manufacturing sector, especially in the United States, and subsequently have been applied to other industrial sectors. However, in the hospitality and tourism organizations are concerned with a service-based output, not like with the manufacturing that focus on the product. But for the hospitality and tourism organizations, it concerned more on the service-based output that reflects to the typical characteristics found across the service sector. So these include customer participation in the service delivery process. We also have simultaneity, perishability that we already discussed in the previous module, the intangibility, heterogeneity, and high fixed costs of the services provided. So as explained previously in our previous module, there are different types of firms with unique features in the hospitality and tourism industry. Like with the comment of McGahan and Porter in 1997, and also for the comment or claim by Porter in 1980. He claimed or they claimed that the industry context does matter because it can have a direct or indirect impact on the strategy making process and on the productivity and profitability of organizations. So this reflects the so-called outside outside in view, okay, the outside in view that we saw in module 1, that we discussed this in module 1. Conversely, the comment of Baden Fuller and Stafford in 1994, they argued that it is the internal characteristics of firm, meaning the outside in view is the internal characteristics of firm. The On the other hand, the inside out view, it matters most, not the industry. Okay? So, according to Baden Fuller and Stafford, successful organizations can skillfully ride the waves of industry crisis. Okay? So they ride on the waves just like in the surfing. And less successful ones disappear due to industry misfortunes besetting the industry. So, for example, the Southwest Airlines has been profitable and successful since early 1970s, while many other major airlines have faced serious challenges, with some declaring bankruptcy. So here, the industry structure and characteristics are considered to be of secondary importance. Okay? Again, the industry structure and the characteristics are considered to be a secondary importance, meaning the outside in view is only a secondary importance, and the first important or the most important is the inside out theory, from inside to out theory, or I mean views. Okay, so this term is very important that you need to remember. So this is the end of module 7, and I hope that you have learned something on this short video, and don't forget to answer the evaluation quiz. And up next, we will discuss about the module 8, the strategy research in the hospitality and tourism field. So I hope that you have learned something on this video, and see you in the next module, in module 8. Thank you. Bye bye.